Hey guys, Danny Go here. I'm gonna join for the PFEU hunt on next island. I didn't actually make it in, but just joined with my own ammo and gun. Um, Looks like they got Rubios, so that's cool. I got a bunch of extra Rubios. So yeah, do that, and then probably so they've got a quest going on next island. You see, maybe I should just pull up next NI helper. That's like I guess stands for next island helper. That's a big reason there are probably a lot of people here today. So I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna do the Drakes for sure. Drakes is pretty cool. You can do a daily for like 15 pet of ammo, and then you can also stack that with a core mats for 75 pet of stuff to craft the daily. So I like that. Let me see. Yeah, so you're just asking if I need a gun. I'm good on that. I could do have extra, so that's nice. Figured I'd just do this anyway, even though I didn't get it in top 6. That's okay. Let me see. Let's see here. See if I can pop this over to the next island helper. So they're gonna have a new mission, delayed Easter egg hunt. I guess it was missed in the VU for last time. So there's gonna be like a waypoint, and then we're gonna run around and collect these little eggs, I guess. And I guess it's a spoiler if you don't wanna. Mm, Hopefully it's not too hard. They all look pretty easy, but I guess you get a lot of things. All these lollipops, and then the Yule light liquids. I think those are skill pills. So it looks pretty good. I think you might have to. I think you might need a gold ticket to start it. I'm not sure. We'll see. But yeah, I think this is gonna be worth doing. So I'll do that. Obviously, so hopefully it was on this. I don't know if I selected it originally. Whatever, either way. Alright, so let's go to Misty Outpost. Oh, and thanks to Landon Snow for the free flight into next island. He requested that he be mentioned in a video. So thank you, Landon. Yeah, I took the free big warp, and then Landon flew me in. Bummed a ride, so thank you for that. Am I gonna teleport? Teleport us. A lot of good missions. Chimera has a few of them. There's like the Neo VIP gives some pretty rare skills. Well, I get some blueprints for chimeras too. I don't know if I'll get any credit for any of these, but the neo hunting is pretty good. I'm mostly trying to complete that when I have when I can do the event. Fortunately, competition is pretty good there, so I usually don't place, but sometimes I do. You know, it's nice when you get 25 ped for doing something you were wanting to kind of do anyway. So I don't really make it here Saturdays very much anymore, though. We'll see. I mean, you know, things change over time, so it's hard to know, you know, how my schedule will be. I like mining dark listrium, so I guess there's a new True Islander thing. I don't know how much it's worth it, but I mine dark listrium anyway. One of my big goals is to create a lot of welding wire. So if I can you know, do that while creating welding wire. And then you can also do like sweating too. But I think sweating would be pretty hard because that's kind of super a lot. Because I think it's based on the poles. Like, let's see, of course, now that I closed it out, it doesn't want to pull it up again. Latest missions, I think. I think it was here before. Oh, okay, becoming an islander. So we have to do 137 days of trials. Mugging monkey, famished fish. I mean, famished fish would be the fastest, probably, or mugging monkeys. Catch fish. Dark listrium. I mean, the thing is, I already mined dark listrium. So that one's good for me, just because large boards, large trees. See, I wish it was like huge trees or small trees, but I don't feel like I have a lot of reason to be harvesting large trees. Unless I decided to do like the Toulon, you know, thing myself. Find Panellian 20 times sweat. I mean, this is all very doable, especially, you know, if you wanted to. You just sweat it. I'm not sure what the reward is. I mean, I think that there are small things. So I may as well work on it. Pablo Papu. So I guess there are these Salvador Papu. Wow. I mean, those are some nice rewards, but it's kind of a lot of Papus. And I don't even know how big these Papus are. Um, that would kind of make a difference. And also, are they in the instance or not in the instance? That would make a big difference to me too. Like, do I have to complete them all at once, or are these Papus in the wild? I mean, if these Papus are in the wild, I just have to go into the instance to get the quest. Then maybe it'd be worth it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm dealing with here. Could use some information. on that. We'll see. That could be interesting. If I just pay it once to go in, I think, well, because the thing is, I don't want to complete it all at once. I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna lose my mind killing 500 of any papus all at once. But if I go in, just pay the fee, get the quest, and then come kill out in the wild eventually over time, yeah, that'd be worth it. Probably, unless these are bigger papus, like you know. So yeah, we're just waiting around a little bit. But yeah, my skills are getting. One of the big things with mining on Next Island, why I like mining, is for the VIP you can get mineral sense, which is kind of one of those weak skills that I really feel like, mining is going to help my game a lot long term. But, again, I'm carrying some weak skills. The ground assessment is moving up nicely. Um, I don't have, obviously I'm a little short on some of the real strong skills, but I've got plans to work on that over time. I'm not that far from the 30 ped for Listrium and Kelly. I'm far, but I'm not far. That's something I should work on more. That's going to help a lot. And then there's just also more mining. But yeah, it was fun. Saturday I was at Green Toker's event. It went okay. I think it was pretty. I think I got like 90% return-ish, I'm guessing. But yeah, I got like 92-ish pet, I think, from Green Toker's event, so that was pretty cool. And I went to Cali, sold some of the EP I bought from him. So yeah, it's been nice. I always like PFEU. I know Nick's not always sometimes stand around a little bit if people don't have teleports, but it's cool. I have no idea what I'll tell. There's probably just PFEU in general, Next Island stuff. Ooh, I got another legendary land in Atlas Earth yesterday, so I'm up to 5 legendaries. Let me see, my total lands is, I think I'm up to 92 total. 5 legendaries. So I think my legendaries are a little bit, a tiny bit above pace. My epics are a little bit below. My rares are a bit above. Commons are a bit below, but I think I'm kind of around average. Just good, I guess. Also got my first withdrawal from Entropia Partners. Like 24 pedish. I just got a lot of stuff I'm doing. I mostly do Ludius, and then I do Playpoint games. I'll have referral links there, so you can use those. Like I think I've gotten over 3,000 peds out of Ludius, probably like 900 or so out of Playpoint games. I mean, I have less ways to get money into Playpoint games nowadays, but I still use it. And then Entropia partners, I don't have as many good ways of putting ped into that, so I definitely use it a lot less. I mean, obviously, it's my first draw 24 bets. I mean, they got a pretty slick system of getting it out. The problem is for Entropia partners, I can't really find ways to get a lot in, so it's not really convenient for me. Ludius is by far the best for me. But yeah, I'll have referral partners, referral links to in the comments to Entropia, not Entropia partners. I don't even know if they have one. But I'll have referrals to things I use. I use Misplay every day. Get probably about 150 pet average for Misplay. But I think you have to be in the US to use that one. Atlas Earth, I'm at about 100 pets a month now on that. I'll be probably before the end of Europe around 180, 190 pets per month. You can use that anywhere in North America, Australia, and England, Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, I think. So I guess we're gonna start hunting, so that's cool. I feel like we might be too close to the teleport, but hopefully it doesn't get turreted. Oh, we'll see. Ooh. Hoping to get that Cyrene backpack. Not sure how hard it is, but I kind of like that new Cyrene backpack. All right, I get some MU out of this one. This was a good decision to join, right? Chimera Heart. All right. That guy Chimera Heart probably is gonna be more MU than that I need for this hunt already. Nice. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate everyone's thoughts. We all have different perspectives. I'll just explain my perspective. Just my perspective of loot, just so you can understand it. Definitely, I know that it's probably not even close to the majority perspective, but it is my perspective. So, I'll just share it so you understand it. So basically, what I believe, is it's kind of between a general loot pool and a personal loot pool. What I think is that essentially, ooh, a lot of Fennecite. That's nice. Um, Essentially, what I would say is that um, there is a general pool, and then um, people get paid out from that pool, but it does consider your returns, your skills, the weapons you use, which um, has implications. And one of the things that kind of brought me to this opinion is I noticed that crafters and miners, they global and HOF very differently than just pure hunters. Um, why does that come about? It comes about, in my opinion, because crafting and mining, you're basically hunting at zero efficiency. Oh, we are, and I'm a crafter miner, hunter. Although I'm more not crafter anymore, but I still craft quite a bit, to be real. So crafter, miner, hunter, that sort of combination. You've already started off extremely low efficiency. Um, I know that the I almost was thinking like there's no such thing as efficiency on mining, but Arcadia in their event they came out with some efficiency on the miners. So actually, I think it uses the same dynamic. Um, just that there aren't many miners out there that you can find efficiency on it. So essentially, when we're mining, we are going at zero efficiency, which I think relates to why miners tend to, pop much wilder, bigger globals. If you look at kind of mm, the mining stuff, you know, well, I mean, you don't see a lot, but I mean, miners typically don't go very big, but when they go big, they go like super big. And I think that's also, same thing with construction. Constructors don't usually go big, but they can go crazy big. And I think it's because you start to develop that sort of problematic build up. Um, so, you know, there sort of in lies, what I think is going on, is that, and that's also another thing to me where, like, I mean, one, high efficiency weapons is really expensive. But two, also, being pretty committed to crafting and mining, my efficiency is already going to be in the toilet. That's also part of why, the more mining I do and the more crafting I do, it just drags my efficiency down because I'm playing so much of my game at zero efficiency anyway. Um, so yeah, I can try to counterbalance that with a high efficiency weapon and more hunting, but maybe I just don't even care. Um, well, and I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if I'm committed to a zero efficiency game, may as well just play at a zero efficient. Not exactly, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, if you're a miner, and that's something that I'm really working on over time, you know, and crafter, yeah, you know, yeah, you play that low efficiency game, and then I think that's why they get those guys, tend to more get the big hoffs. But on the other hand, I mean, I respect, that a lot of people aren't gonna, hold that sort of the view, and that's just my view. And so I'm explaining, it is, you know, I would say, I think it relates to the pet in the pool. if the pet's not in the pool, you're not going to get it, you know. But I mean, but then it also is going to relate to if the pet's in the pool for those sort of big costs, and the game decides to pay one out, it's going to relate a lot to who gets it. I mean, obviously, do you have the sort of losses, quote unquote, that are needed to get there? Do you have the skills that are needed? And there are going to be a lot of questions like that. You know, and even if you have the losses, maybe there are people with bigger losses and bigger skills, that need it. So, but the other thing too is, with my perspective, is you've got to focus on MU because you can quote unquote build losses in a way where you're not actually taking losses. Like, for example, if you have a 90% run, but you're averaging 110% MU, effectively you've had no loss. I mean, I don't know if those numbers are correct. 90% return plus 110% MU, does that come out to like 99%? Multiplying, whatever. I don't know. But the point is that if you're running, for example, at 90% return for a long time with 110% MU, you're going to have essentially built up a lot of capacity in the loss column without actually taking a loss. Um, that's kind of my theory of loot. Let's say in a nutshell, although it kind of rambled, maybe not a nutshell, but that's my theory of loot. And I think it's a legitimate opinion of the way the game works. Now, you know, by far it's not the majority opinion. Probably a extremely minority opinion, to be real. But people do hold it, and I hold it, and and I respect other opinions for sure. And just explaining because my opinion and how it fits together. Not I see a lot of reasons to believe that it is true. But I respect people who don't believe that it's true. Yeah, we've been getting some MU today. That's nice. Here. Be cool if we could pop a global off of this thing. Oh, more Chimera hearts. All right. That's the MU I'm talking about. Probably take a decent amount of them to be worth selling though, but if somebody needs them in trade, always an option. See. Let me see if I've got my Reza mining picked up. Or hunt, Reza mining. Okay, we're at 3. That's good. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if I spend enough time on an next island nowadays to really complete that. But I mean, I may as well work on it, and you never know over time. Um, like I don't spend the time on Exelon now, but that may not be in the future. I mean, who knows? We'll see how things pan out. I mean, it could make a lot of sense for me to, moving forward to spend a significant amount of time on either Rocktropia, Next Island, or Cyrene, one of those three. Just depends. I mean, I think they all kind of have their benefit. Um, but it just kind of depends, if especially if I'm not playing quite as much. I want to cut back my hours a little bit, not like hugely, but well enough. I want to definitely take more hours off per day to do more other stuff. But especially if I'm playing less hours, I think that kind of digging in more in one planet. Um, but it kind of also depends which way am I going to dig in. Rocktropia is mining. Cyrene is more of a mixture of things. Next Island's more hunting, but also I can definitely eye good mining on Next Island. Next Island might be the most interesting, but just depends to see. Um, I mean, but maybe I'll keep that rotation. I don't know, but um, if I, if I end up not rotating, um, you know, if I end up not rotating, yeah, that could, um, see what happens there. I guess that gun broke. It was kind of a partial though, so broke's broke. That's broke. This is. I may just start sweating soon. We'll see. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it's cool. The height seems more common. Oh my god, a skinning? Yeah, point 0.02. That's the big problem is um I need skinning to be at least 6,400 to have any chance of the level 60, and we're just not very close on that movement. So skinning is kind of a nasty little problem. I don't know. I don't know. Like for example, I mean I have to test it out. But for example, let's say I could find a level 60 mobs or level 70 mobs. I probably have to get specialized stuff to hunt them. Let's say I could find ones that are workable. Would it move very well if on 60 or 70 mobs? Because it's really not moving very well on hardly anything anymore. That's kind of one of those problems. Hmm. Yeah, it makes it kind of complex to move across that unlock. Because I think like the unlocked skills are about 7%, so you want all the skills the average to be, at least 7%. But when you got a main skill that just doesn't want to move at all, we'll see where it goes on that. Hopefully it does kind of budge, but I don't know. That's kind of also kind of one of my thoughts is long term kind of transferring more to being prospector than a hunter. But we'll see. I don't know. Who knows what happens, Just have fun and not worry too much about it, right? I guess it's the last mob, so probably just call it a video after this and figure out some title for it. All right. Till next time, guys. Hope you have a good one. Okay.